Welcome back, everyone. Today I want to count down the top 10 best songs of the 2010s. One more decade, and we're entering my high school years. And this list, for me, is at least a bit of more of a nostalgia trip than anything. And that's literally all I have to say. Same qualifications for the best worst list I've done in the past. And who can I disappoint this time? Let me think. Oh, Taylor Swift. She's not on this list, even though Back to December, Blank Space, and Delicate were close to honorable mentions. So without further ado, here is the top 10 best songs of the 2010s. Before we begin, if you want to see music bios or more good videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Also, I've started a Patreon account. On here you get more copyrighted material and they'll be uploaded 48 hours prior to YouTube. If you want to support or visit, link is in the description. And without further ado, on to our feature presentation. Before we begin, let's take a look at our first batch of honorable mentions.
It's a 1:15. I'm all alone and I need.
For the band formerly known as Antebellum, this is a song I did not expect to see on this list, but it deserves this spot. I'll say it. Forget you, F you, don't matter. I had way too much fun listening to this, even though if it aged pretty weirdly. Y'all remember when Jack Antonoff had a performing career? I remember. This was going to be Diamonds until I found out that song made the 2012 year-end list, so this was my second option.
Stay with me, 'cause you're
Sam Smith's breakthrough song, and it bode better when Mary J hopped on the remix. And with that being said, let's get into the real list, starting off with number 10. I wonder where we should start with this list. Why not Katy Perry?
'cause baby you're a firework. Come on, show.
Can Katy Perry go back to this era? And I could pick multiple songs from this era of Katy Perry, but I think Fireworks stand up amongst the rest, and it's also a very safe pick for me. Yes, Fireworks was part of that club boom era of the early 2010s that aged kind of weirdly, but I never knew that Fireworks was one of those be true to yourself songs. I thought the song was about, well, fireworks. No wonder this was a 4th of July staple these days. But still, early 2011 Katy Perry was one of the best eras any woman has had, and I wish she could go back to it. Number 9. Some people turn a blind eye to this one due to overplay, but when it's good and significant, you can't ignore it.
I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till...
Ladies and gentlemen, the longest charting non-Christmas #1 single in the history of Billboard. Let's be real, Mariah's gonna reclaim her record due to Billboard's incompetence with their current rules allowing holiday songs to chart at all. But let's talk about Lil Nas X. 2019 was a breakout year for him, dropping out of college, making a song using a 9 Inch Nails sample. But instead of talking about the song's content, let's talk about the marketing. Cause this song was pioneering and ushering the TikTok era of music. And he promoted this as a country song until Billboard removed it from its country charts. But what also helped this song being successful was him coming out that summer. And I'll close by saying this. This song walked so a bar tipsy song could run. Number 8. Let's stay with 2019 a bit longer.
I'm the bad guy. Duh.
2019 was also a breakout year for Billie Eilish, and I always thought she was weird, but going back to her catalog, I got why she got to the heights of superstardom. The song's production stands tall here, as it's bass heavy, where Billie Eilish low-key sings about a tease. Bad Guy was significant as it helped Billie sweep the general field at the 2020 Grammys. Good song, and yes, I'm still bitter that this and Old Town Road lost Video of the Years at the 2019 VMAs. Number 7. And continuing this streak of record-breaking songs,
Despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito.
ladies and gentlemen, the highest viewed video in YouTube history. It will be telling that a Latin song in 2017 would be the biggest song of that year. And from what I got in translation, it's a romantic encounter borderline sex dance jam. Now the only problem I had with this song was a problem that's beyond my control. It's in Spanish and I can't understand what they're saying even when I translated the lyrics. But it's on here because of its catchiness and the impact it had on Latin music. Good song, upbeat song, should be remembered as one of the greats. Number 6. The next two songs on here are some of the funkier songs on this list, and the first one comes from Bruno Mars. I had a feeling that Bruno Mars purified himself at Lake Minnetonka to make this banger, but I remember when Bruno Mars did a TV concert to promote 24 Karat Magic, and he was asked why 24 Karat Magic was short and only 9 songs, because he said Uptown Funk was the 10th song. Not much to the song here, but I am curious and confused on Mark Ronson's role here. Was he DJ Khaled without the annoying intro? And I ask this because Bruno could have done this by himself and with the Hooligans. But still, this song is an absolute fun song. Not quite one of my favorites for Bruno Mars, but he delivers in all fronts. Number 5. Staying with the mid-decade funk.
She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good.
And let's be real, Happy was very close to making this list. But let's be real, no one should be surprised that this song made it. And it's weird that Nile Rodgers of all people have one of the best songs of the decade. And he's the main reason why this is on this list. The production, especially that bass groove. As Pharrell and Daft Punk sing about trying to score in the end zone. And I'm not talking about football here. And this song serves as a celebration for everyone here, as they're all legends in their own rights. Fun song, and thank you Daft Punk for blessing us with one of the best of the decade. Number 4. I know what you're thinking, where's the rap music? Well, here you go.
Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances, Vanessa with some counter.
Now for me, this isn't Kendrick Lamar's best song. It's not Blacker the Berry, We Cry Together, or even Euphoria. But this was his biggest hit of the decade, so I'll take what I could get from him. Mike Will Made It produces this with a piano loop as Kendrick brags about himself. And then in the second verse shines the light that women are naturally beautiful and no need for Photoshop. He actually got in trouble for that line. But he used that example to look in the mirror and be humble about yourself. Strong message, and I can't wait to watch him do this in February while eating syrup sandwiches. Number 3. Now let's go to the beginning of the decade and feature an artist who already appeared on one of my best lists. Once again, Lady Gaga makes an appearance here, this time with an even more fun song. Content shows every toxic trait Lady Gaga wants in a partner, but what I'm getting is she wants you to be true to yourself. Another one of these type songs. But thanks to the catchiness and iconic music video, this song lasted the entire decade and its impact is legendary. Number 2. Alright, it was a matter of time we talk about Adele.
Hello from the other side.
And like with Katy Perry, she also had a ton of songs that could fit in this list, but Hello stands out amongst the rest, as this is a powerful ballad where Adele's been in this relationship for some time. It ended, but her partner quickly moved on, he got engaged, and Adele hasn't moved on, and it comes off as one of her most vulnerable moments to that point. She wants to reconcile and reconnect, and add on to the dramatic chorus with bombastic productions, and you get one of the most significant songs of the decade. Yet it's not our number 1, but what is? Before we get to the number 1, let's look at our second batch of honorable mentions.
When I see you again, when I see you again.
This is a harmless song that could make a grown man cry, for other reasons.
I ain't sorry.
Okay, I was drawing straws with this one because 2016 was one of the worst years for music. So for a song from Lemonade, I'll take what I could get. What won me over on this one was an 80s remix, but the original was just as good. Thank you, Daft Punk.
This is America. Don't
don't catch you slipping, no.
Don't you love a politically charged song aimed at Drake?
Then you're left in the dust unless I stuck by you.
This song was and still is everywhere, and like We'll See You Again, I find it harmless thanks to Sway Lee. Before we continue, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit the like button. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. And now, let's continue with the video. Number 1. How can I say this? This was an odd choice to top this list, but it's not at the same time. There's not much known about this act. They made this song, won a ton of awards, and never heard from again, unless you're deep into indie pop. But when I re-listened to this song, gearing up for this list, I told myself, yeah, this has to be number 1. Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are that this song topped my list. But like I mentioned earlier, I don't know much about Gotye and Kimbra, and I probably said his name wrong. I apologize. This song is the definition of a sleeper hit because you wouldn't expect a song like this to become big, but it did, and then some. And this song is obviously about a broken relationship, but from two different perspectives. For Gotye, he realized all the good times they had in the relationship, but realized he has to break up, and it's hard to do. And Kimbra, who's easily the highlight of this song, turns out he betrayed her, and he made it seem like it was her fault. And it's believable because she sounds amazing. But after this, neither party ever had mainstream success, but they set out and achieved everything they wanted to. And with that being said, Somebody That I Used to Know by Gotye and Kimbra is the best song of the 2010s. Tell me what y'all think in the comments below. What other songs that I left off this list? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.